American banking biatch Elizabeth Warren, she's coming for your Bitcoin again. Should you be scared? Well, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey. Good morning, everybody. My name's pianomattyb. That is Scaramucci's, and this is your morning TA. A brief glimpse into the crypto markets where the sun's shining, where the winds ply. All the humble opinion of this piano. Zamboni bringing the The FOMO index has jumped up to 72 from yesterday's 66. Bitcoin dominance is 53.2%. 24-hour volume is 63 billion. The overall market cap is 1.25. Give or take 100 million. Well, it looks like we've cooled off a smidge and are resting our jets from our early week pump. But we talked about this, so it should have come as no surprise to anyone in this boutique community when Bitcoin price action, well, she had a little dump.
Hands-free, pain-free, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it.
Now, the RSI is about as high as we've seen in a long, long time, and it will correct. But it doesn't mean it takes price down tit for tat. It could just correct with only a minor price fluctuation depending on volume coming in and out. Now let's, for the sake of bearish correction and market stability, follow some potential fib levels down. The next level is the 38.2% fib at 33.2. Lord love a duck. She didn't do just that. After running out of homeopathic rocket fuel, Bitcoin price action fell, finding a bottom and a bounce at 33.2, and has regained some of her footing to a time of production of 34K. Still planted firmly above all three moving averages, and has even carved out a cute little bull flag, and the price probability of this flag is, and sing it with me now. Oh, you take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, and then we're all at 39K. Shock. Now over on the ding dong. You can see we haven't been able to close a candle above our ascending channel's resistance, just leaving some graffiti wicks in our path. Now, best case scenario is that we can get up and above her to put in that 39K from the 4 hours bull flag. But I wouldn't be surprised if we mince words up and around this resistance level, painting in its own little bull flag. But and I say if we get a rejection from here, it's the humble opinion of this piano that will likely head down to retest its channel support at 31K-ish. The RSI is flattened out, but she hasn't corrected yet, so we'll keep our papers on that. Quick look at the Wookiee, says we're still firmly planted in the middle of our channel above all three moving averages, with a bullish cross on the MACD and the 20 moving average, crossing bullish over the 200. But we are somewhat out of our safe range from our averages. We tend to oscillate somewhat close to them, like a cruise ship that stays close to the coastline. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a little more continued bearish pressure back to the moving average coast, But as long as we can stay up and above this channel support, the fluctuations are all just noise. And when banking biatch Elizabeth Warren was asked why her life's mission is to prevent hard-working Americans from storing their life's wealth into Bitcoin, she replied, well, if I let people invest into Bitcoin, well then, how am I supposed to inside trade on the legacy stock market? Is that a dad alert? Yes, it is. Looks like there's some bearish divergence on the MACD, with price action making higher highs, the MACD making lower highs. That there would be some classic bearish divergence of the reversal kind. Not saying it will, just saying this pattern has before. So there's a probability that it can again. Well, would you look at that, my friends? It's another beautiful day here on planet Earth. A day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyway. So get out there and knock them dead. And remember, we're playing the same game as our psychopathic elected elites. That's right, it's the long game. So zoom out and have a fantastic day. And we'll be going live right away, so grab yourself a coffee, join me for a quick one, and sing it with me now. Over on the banks of Boom Dash Bang, Bitcoin, crypto, morning tea. Hey, whoa. Chit. Another beautiful day here on planet Earth, a day none of us are guaranteed. We're not guaranteed these days, but we're lucky enough to have them anyways. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sherry Wood, pianomattyb, OG, Paul Wood. What did I say? Sherry Wood. Sherry. Then Paul Wood. Oh, I know why I said it. Das Beach, pianomattyb, OG. David Sony Music, pianomattyb, OG, helping us build this channel, getting us over the 10K peep with shares and whatnot. Thank you very much, everybody. XRP A11Y, DJ Morgan, Misco, pianomattyb, OG from way down in West Virginia. Squeaky McGee, High Power, ICT, JP, Mr. Andy Walk, Mississippi. Oh, it just jumped again. There we go. Steve Dillman, Bruce Mai, Dave Digital, Sneaky Pete, Vaporizers. Not even a whistle, not even a little bit of a whistle. Oh, there it is. It's not really that great if I have to try twice, is it, Pete? Earth Scum, Kelly McBride, Cresp Roland made it this morning. Terror Rooster, Mad Faded Baby, Blue Punk Rocker, Super Smoked, Randy a Bite. A lot of talk here about the Ben tweet. Yes. Now it won't actually populate. There it is. Yes. BC Alf in Alberta, pianomattyb, OG, John Foster, Crypto. Carbon Fiber Music. Welcome, everybody. What is it? Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yes, it is Wednesday. Sneaky Pete, hey, appreciate it more for the extra effort. Well, yeah, I just can't leave a whistle on the field there. I have to make sure it somehow gets got. So we got a bull flag on the 4-hour chart. And if I've ever seen a healthy bull flag, and I've seen lots of healthy bull flags, that's not the 4-hour chart. That's a healthy bull flag, my friends, right there. All the way to, let's see if you're going to, I thought I figured this out yesterday. I kind of gave it an overhaul. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. There's the bull flag. You take the pull, you slide it all, the breakout point, then we're all at 39K. That's not a 3. Okay. I got a little bit overzealous there. I thought I could actually scribble in numbers there. That's a healthy bull flag. 39K seems a little bit out
of where we are now. It seems like the pump, it would be just as much of a pump as we've seen in the past couple of days, which is, not out of the question. So it could happen. There's been, what was the talk? And wife's divorcing him and he is official with his mistress now. Yeah, I saw the tweet. It seemed weird. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't want this to be public. I don't want my private life to be public. And here's a tweet adding both my mistress and my wife. But I want it to be moving forward after this. I want it to be private. But before that, this is my tweet and my thread about my private life. Listen, I've said this before. I don't know if it's nice, and it's probably not a popular opinion, but a lot of the YouTubes are coming from YouTube stars. I want to call it stage one. I think we're still in stage one of kind of YouTube stars. They came from, their parents' basement, really, and they had an outlet which was YouTube, and they are quirky, and they are people like quirky on YouTube. They don't tune into just normal peeps, saying normal stuff. So if you have a little bit of a quirk, and if you're out in left field, which Ben certainly is, he can pick up some traction on YouTube. I don't think moving forward that kind of from your basement YouTuber will kind of get the traction that these people had, because we're the doubling time of the exposure for a good channel or talent is doubling. But why I bring that up is that there's emotional intelligence that to me is more important than anything, and that comes from life experience and from what I know, which is not much, beyond his probably epic partying days when he was in his addiction. Well, his experience with relationships, I don't know what it is. And so I'm not saying this about his experience, but I know of people in my life that have had failed relationships in, let's say, under a handful of people in their life. It's detrimental to their, it really is a right degree turn in their life. It changes them for a long time because they don't have the muscle memory to bounce back from a broken heart. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. Yes, I'm saying I'm normal, Mad Faded Baby, thus under 10K subs. But back to the relationships. If you've had a lot of relationships, getting over a broken heart is easier. It doesn't derail you. You don't make so many horrible decisions on the way back to mending and healing. So I think in certain cases, I don't know if Ben's one of those cases, but if you've only had a handful of relationships, when these things happen, and they do, and a lot of the, would this have happened if he wasn't Ben from BitBoy Crypto? I doubt it. He has significance in his role as an influencer, and that is what will attract the opposite sex in this game, I suppose. So opportunities arise that they never had. I think Chris Rock put it best: men are only as loyal as their opportunities. And when those opportunities come, you don't have the skill and the muscle memory from that. So again, back to the handful of relationships. If those relationships have never been challenged by outside pressure, such as women trying to get in for whatever reason, you don't have the ability or the blueprint to walk away or to dismiss or to get out of that situation. Because it's not like a lot of men get inundated with women. It's really 1% of the population of males that get inundated with women trying to get into their life. So if you're one of those 1%, you know how to handle it a lot better because it's come your way a lot, right? If it's never come your way a lot, you're not going to be able to handle it that well. And when it does, you probably will make a mistake. And then the more mistakes you make on those scenarios, the better you get at it. But again, if you're not in that 1%, you're not going to get a lot of opportunity to make those mistakes because they're never going to come. I mean, most men live a life of quiet desperation. And when a woman approaches them, they consider themselves getting lucky, right? So it's a muscle, just like anything. It's something that you have to develop. James Coulter, look up histrionic personality disorder. Mad Faded Baby says, I've come to find when you do bad things, it invites bad things into your heart and life. Karma is real. I like that. Eat all your fish. Good morning. Up early. Captain Swanky Pants. Not everyone gets to live the rock star life like pianomattyb. All the better for it today. Well, I'll tell you this, Captain Swanky Pants. Of all the perceived alpha male roles I've played in my life, I'm not necessarily an alpha male, but I've played them in certain aspects, whether it was singing in a band, just having friends, or being an athlete and being on teams and stuff like that. The biggest perceived alpha male role I ever portrayed was being a bartender. Now, if you think about this, as a bartender, you are the hub of the party for most people. You are controlling their intake and outtake of booze, and they need your attention if they want to be treated properly or fast. So they end up trying to be your friend no matter what. So as a bartender, everyone's trying to be your friend. And if everyone's trying to be your friend in that little microcosm, in that little petri dish of social activity, you are an alpha male as a bartender, even if you're not. And most of the bartender friends I knew were not alpha males, but put them behind a bar, and all of a sudden you got a little bit of a charisma behind you. But when you're in a bartender in a busy bar, you live a normal life because all of a sudden women throw themselves at you because you are a bartender. That's the only reason. And I remember a lot of times me and my bartender buddies would sometimes go out when we weren't working, which was rarely ever. So we're talking about a Monday or Tuesday, when we'd go out to a bar and we'd sit there and go, I guess, the girls just aren't into us here. And then we'd realize it's because there isn't a piece of wood, not that wood, piece of wood, a bartender, a bar space in front of us, which makes us more appealing, and thus the alpha male. Now I'm in a rock and roll band. Yes, Dave Digital. Every week I say I got to practice that rock and roll band, because when people ask for originals, it's kind of upbeat a little bit, but I never do, because I find it's taking a longer time for my voice to recover after those 2 days. Even now, it's Wednesday, but I have been singing on the weekdays, because I feel if you don't keep a little bit of singing after your voice is tired, it kind of, I don't know, it gets, I don't want to say scab, but it starts to kind of calcify. So you always got to give it a little bit of oompah. Terry Crow, welcome, buddy. Kansas City bartender. I have a good friend who was one for many years. Now he owns a liquor store, and the women are still tossing themselves his way by the dozens. Yeah. Bruce, same as being a musician in a rock band? No, I wouldn't say. I would say being a bartender is much more, I don't know what the word would be. You live in a world of more female abundance as a bartender than you do as a band. But again, the band I was in wasn't a famous band. I'm sure once you're famous, that eclipses being a bartender. But just being the singer in a band in the bar, you're still below the bartender serving the drinks. And a lot of time you're just, you play and you get the hell out of there, right? Unless back in my day, I would play, get off the stage, and drink the place dry with my bandmates and with the bartenders till about 3 or 4 in the morning. We thought that was normal. Paul Wood, my dad is a legendary blues player. I wish you would look up his song Nickel Pie. What's his name, Paul Wood? I'll look it up after this is done. Gadalife, I've seen women like her, and it's all about money with her. She will break his heart. He will go back, try to his wife. Never let a woman do that to me. I can see through those type of women a mile away. Well, the problem with ending up with your mistress, for the mistress, they have to ask themselves, well, I was the mistress, now I'm the wife, or so to speak. Does that mean someone else will become the mistress? Which kind of, it might. But again, it all depends on Ben's significance as a YouTuber. If he maintains his significance, I suppose more women will throw themselves at him. If he doesn't, I don't think that opportunity will come around again. Chris Allery. See, Chris Allery is a musician in Winnipeg. He's a extraordinary guitar player. You mean that wasn't normal? No. I don't think see, Chris and I shared a drummer. So I've never played in a band with Chris, but I knew of his band. It was called Atomic Candy. They do live streams as well on YouTube on Chris Allery's YouTube channel. Yeah, you can check him out. But they knew how to get there. The drummer was Trevor, who if you've seen him on the live piano bar, he fills in every now and then. Trevor and I were amazing at drinking between sets. And most people are, because you're just bored. That's why I don't take breaks anymore. When I do gigs, it's never breaks. And I feel I kind of originated it in this city. People still play sets, and I don't. I just play one big block, because without taking breaks, my only reason for taking breaks back in the day was to drink. What am I going to do now? Just sit there and do nothing for 20 minutes? Doesn't make sense. I'd rather just keep going, keep the energy flowing, and not take breaks. But people still do. But I think in Winnipeg, I'm going to take the credit for stopping that trend. The 3 sets. You start at 9, you play to nobody for 1 set, then you take a 20-minute break, then you play while people are coming. They still really don't like you that much. You take a 20-minute break, and then when everyone's super good and drunk, you can literally play Louie Louie or Moni Moni for 45 minutes, and you're the best band in the world. And then you start drinking. Yeah. Dave Digital, if you start a relationship with cheating, it's very likely the cheating will never stop. That's true. Atomic Disaster, Chris. Yeah. Well, I wanted to take a look at the weekly as well over on the Wookiee, because you can see when my little bit about, you can see my mouse. All this time I thought you couldn't. We'll still get Ben to help us out. You can see that we don't stray too far from the coastline of these moving averages. And when we do get up here, we come down, then we go up, and then we come down. And now we're pretty high up, even though we're right in the midst of a pump, 34.6, a couple $100 up. So I guess it's better than going down. So it's fair to say, where's my fancy marker here? We come up from here, and we come back down. We come up here, we come back down. We actually went below it from here, and maybe come down. So, and now if we continue this 200 moving average, where is that? That's 31K. It's not crazy to go back there just as a retest. This is the Wookiee, so the weekly, so it takes a long time. My analogy was cruise ships. They tend to stay by the coast, and the reason I say cruise ships is because I worked on a cruise ship, if you can believe it. It was one of the weirdest jobs I kind of ever had. Working on a cruise ship, I was a blackjack and roulette and poker dealer. Jesus, what's going on with this voice here? And when we would cruise at night, when everyone would go to bed, we were up because we were the casino, and we basically stayed open till whenever people left. So sometimes they stay open all night. But when it was closed at, say, 3 or 4, I would go up to the Lido deck, it's called, and I could always see the coast. We never got too far from the coast. And it was easily the weirdest job I ever done, gone, and had, because it's old school class structure from like the 1800s. So there was like white and European white who kind of had all the good jobs, and all the lousy jobs were kind of Jamaican, Eastern European bloc, or Filipino Asian. They kind of had they're called deck and engine. And they had different rules. They couldn't go certain places on the cruise ship. Like for me, as a casino dealer, I had like queue clearance. If it were, I could be anywhere in the ship because at any given time the casino was open. So I was allowed to be anywhere. But if you had other different jobs like deck and engine, you couldn't get above the main floor. You had to stay below. And you also had to eat in different places. So I could eat, we had our own separate place to eat, and I could eat down, so to speak, into the deck and engine cafeteria, but they could never come into ours, which was weird. As a Canadian, when I first got on there, I was like, hi, saying hi to everyone. And no one said hi. Like the deck and engine crew people, I'd say hi, and they just walk by me like I didn't exist. I later found out that they, hated most white people on the ship. And I don't blame them if they were treated unfairly, and if there was a huge advantage to being white and an employee on the cruise ship. However, there really isn't, because on a cruise ship, a lot of people, friends of mine have said, why are you yelling at Jesus? Why I want to work on a cruise ship. And I always say, no, you don't. You don't want to work on a cruise ship, because when you work on a cruise ship, that's all you do. You work on a cruise ship. There's no days off. You work Monday to Friday and you got the weekends off. You work 7 days a week for 6 months or 9 months or whatever your contract is. Mine was 6 months. And you work every single day. There's no days off. I think maybe if you're sick, you don't have to work, but I don't know. I was never sick on it. Love, laugh, leave. The cruise ship was called the Starbird. It was a Carnival. Starbird? Yeah. I still have dreams sometimes where I wake up and I'm on the cruise ship again, and I'm phoning my family saying, why did you let me go on this cruise ship again? Because it was basically the last job I ever had, kind of normal job, I suppose. As abnormal as that job is, it really is quite abnormal. But as soon as I got off there, I was like, that's it. I came back to Winnipeg, and I was a double deck blackjack player for about 6 months. We went over this before, until our bankroll got depleted by the guy who gave us the money, the grow up guy. And I bet you if you haven't heard that story, you're like, wow, that sounds like an interesting story. But we've gone over this story a bunch of times. And after that, I just played. I started currency trading and playing music, and that was it. So far, knock on wood, I haven't had to go back. XRP A11Y. Stay away from boats. You know what? I want to clear something up here. I had a lot of comments, both on YouTube and some friends who I guess secretly watch the videos because, they don't comment ever, or they don't acknowledge that this channel exists. They said, did you really lose your crypto, your Bitcoin on a boat? No, I didn't. But for the sake of historic information, yes, it is. But if anyone was thinking that I, didn't, or was worried about it, let's just say, don't worry about it. It is lost on a boat. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Thank you for your concern. It's all good. Let's quickly go over this before, you know what? We don't have time here. I don't want to keep you guys. It's been 30 minutes. Let's see here. I'll take a big, deep breath. Bitcoin 34.2K minus 1%, ETH 1780 minus 3%. Bitcoin dominance continues to break out higher. BlackRock, BTC, ETF data on DTCC. Now, those are a lot of acronyms. BlackRock, BTC, BlackRock, Bitcoin, ETF traded fund data on DTCC since August. Now, the DTCC is the Depository Trust Clearance Corporation. And this is a very important acronym for everyone to look up, because if you follow this trail of the DTCC, you'll realize that the narrative of you'll own nothing and be happy stems from this. It's basically a centralized holding of all stocks. So why Bitcoin ETF would be held at the DTC means that it's holding it for them, so they don't own it. The DTCC owns it and holds it, and they have access to, but at any time, they are in control. And why I bring this up and why I know this weird stuff is because of this online book, which, if you have time, it's called The Great Taking. Who's it by? David Rogers Webb. It goes over the DTCC in really well, real proper like. I'm trying to see if there's a, no, there isn't. Just go to thegreattaking.com and read it. I would maybe skip the first chapter. It's kind of a little hi, how you doing? This is how I grew up. But it gets into the DTCC and you'll learn an uncommon knowledge about how, why is this still up here? Why you'll own nothing and you'll be happy has a more macabre and potentially accessibly easy way to get there, which I didn't know until I read this. So I'm actually thinking about, remember I did that voiceover with Xavier Millet, the Argentinian crypto freedom fighter, who will probably, you got to check his breaks. I was thinking about doing an audiobook of this because this is a free book. He wrote it and put it out to the world. So I was thinking about doing an audiobook for this and putting it on a YouTube because I think it's just such an important, I think I hear Duke here once. It's an important book to read. I suggest everyone to read it if you have time. It's a quick read. I mean, if you have 2 hours, you could probably read it all. Here comes Duke. Oh, hey, buddy. How's it going? Come on up. Come on up. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Why am I gray?
Oh, it's just a little filter I put on there. It changes with the lights. Okay, let's do some quick shout-outs. Blue Punk Rocker.
Hi, Blue Punk Rocker.
Remember, you got to go a little. We have the noise gate here. Oh, it's gonna tip. Let's not touch it. There we go. The vaudevillian comedy, that's going to tip over. Okay. Brock Deal.
Hi, Brock Deal.
Dave Digital.
Hi, Dave Digital.
JP.
Hi, JP.
Our good buddy Fish.
Hi, our good buddy Fish.
Bruce Mai.
Hi, Bruce Mai.
John Super Fresh.
Hi, John Super Fresh.
Mad Faded Baby.
Hi, Mad Faded Baby.
XRP A11Y.
Hi, XRP A11Y.
That's right. And Misco, our good buddy in West Virginia. Noah Erickson.
Hi, Misco, our good buddy in American.
And you can't forget Sneaky Pete Vaporizers in BC.
Hi, Sneaky Pete Vaporizers in BC.
And last but not least, Squeaky McGee.
Hi, Squeaky McGee.
Okay, buddy. Let's sing them out.
I'm too tired.
You're too tired. Okay. Well, let's go. Nope.
Okay. We're playing the same game as our psychopathical acting awaits. Let's try this alarm game. So zoom up and have a fan.
You're out of here? Whoa, quick. All right, buddy. Why? He just upstairs. I guess he's excited to go to school today, which I doubt. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Hit those likes out of there. Maybe on your way out. We're at 89. Maybe we can hit 100 again. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you like and subscribe and share this